Hello everybody, today we're covering Ursus arctotis coworthi, or the Atlas bear, named after the North African mountain range called the Atlas Mountains, which is now in modern-day Morocco. Though they also lived in Tunisia, Libya, and Algeria. The exact origins of the Atlas bear remains uncertain. A 2008 study by Sebastian Calvinac, no genetic similarity with brown bears. However, the researchers did find a weak connection to polar bears out of all things. Cave paintings from Andalusia, Spain depict polar bears, suggesting that these animals once inhabited the region. This would have been a decent start-off point for bears that could swim to the Atlas Mountains. They were rather small for a brown bear and of a similar length to a black bear, but with more stocky build, probably weighing up to 100 to 350 kilograms or 221 to 772 pounds, with males being significantly heavier than females, and were 3 meters or 9 feet long. Their fur was brown, black, except the underparts, which were descriptive reddish brown. Claws and muzzle were relatively small, and the muzzle lacked any white markings. It was the only African bear subspecies to survive into the historic era, though it was well on its way to extinction during early historical times and prehistoric times. The range was likely much greater throughout northern and eastern Africa. They lived in mainly forested mountain regions and had a omnivorous diet of acorns, nuts, roots, small mammals, and carrion. They would have likely lived to be 25 years old in the wild. There are no photos, scientific illustrations, museum specimens, or complete skeletons of the Atlas bear. What remains are subfossil bones from caves and old traveler reports and ancient sources, which mainly indicate the Atlas bear was captured by animal trappers and sold to the Romans, who killed them in public displays of entertainment called the animal hunts. They hunted them for sport or were used to execute condemned criminals. Alongside gladiator fights, animal hunts were one of the major entertainment attractions of the Roman Empire until the 16th century. And these saw animal hunts, wild animals from Africa, India, and the Middle East were pitted against each other. Over time, these hunts became larger and more expensive, increasing the depletion of wild animals and contributing to their extinction. Such animals include the Barbary lion, the aurochs, the Caspian tiger, the Atlas wild ass, and the North African elephant. They were first scientifically described by a Swiss zoologist, Heinrich Rudolf Switch, in 1844. Unlike the also extinct Mexican grizzly bear and the Ungava brown bear, the Atlas bear is recognized as a subspecies of brown bear. The Mexican and Ungava grizzlies were populations of grizzly bears on the North American continent. The last known specimen was killed a few decades after they were formally described in the 1870s in the Tunturan Mountains in the far north of the Rift Mountains of Morocco.